In a small, desolate village, there lived a poor man named Arif. His life was a series of struggles, working long hours in the fields to barely make ends meet. Despite his hardships, he had a radiant beauty by his side, his wife, Saira. Saira was unlike anyone in the village, with captivating eyes and a smile that could light up the darkest of nights. But their love story was no ordinary one, for beneath Saira's beauty lay a secret that would soon alter the course of their lives forever. Saira's beauty had always been the talk of the village, but Arif loved her not for her looks, but for the kindness and warmth in her heart. They lived in a small cottage on the edge of the village, where the sounds of the wind through the trees were their constant companions. However, despite their love, Arif often wondered about the past that Saira had left behind. He never questioned her about it, but something about her seemed too perfect. It was as if her beauty came with a hidden price. One evening, after a long day's work, Arif came home to find Saira standing by the window, gazing out into the distance. Her expression was distant, almost troubled. He asked her if something was wrong, but she merely smiled and shook her head, as she always did. Yet, Arif couldn't shake the feeling that there was something she wasn't telling him. That night, as they lay in bed, a strange noise echoed from the woods nearby. Arif felt his heart race as he wondered if something or someone was out there. The next day, Arif decided to confront Saira about the noise. She remained quiet for a long moment, then sighed deeply. "It's nothing," she said softly, but Arif didn't buy it. He pressed her again, this time with more urgency, and she finally spoke. "Before I met you, my life was different. I wasn't always this person. There are things about me that you don't know, secrets I've kept hidden for your own sake." Arif was stunned. What could she be hiding? And why was she so determined to keep it a secret? Days passed, but the curiosity gnawed at Arif. He tried to go back to his work, but his mind kept wandering back to Saira's mysterious past. He began to notice strange things. A man would occasionally appear at the edge of the village, looking in their direction. Every time he looked, Saira would nervously glance away. What was going on? The air grew heavy with an unspoken tension. Arif knew something was wrong, but he didn't know how to get to the truth. Saira seemed to be slipping further away from him with each passing day. One afternoon, as Arif worked in the fields, he noticed the same mysterious man from earlier walking toward his cottage. His heart sank. He quickly ran back, hoping to stop whatever was about to happen. But when he arrived, the man was gone. Saira was standing outside, her face pale, her eyes wide with fear. "You need to leave," she said urgently. "There are things I can't protect you from anymore." Her words made no sense. Who was this man? Why was Saira so scared? And what had happened in her past that was so dangerous? Saira's plea echoed in Arif's ears, but before he could speak, the man appeared again. This time he was standing directly in front of their home, his eyes cold and unforgiving. "You need to come with me," the man said, his voice harsh. Arif stepped forward, trying to protect his wife. "Who are you?" he demanded. The man looked at him with disdain. "She's not who you think she is. She has a past, and it's coming for both of you." The man's words hung in the air like a thick fog. What past was he talking about? Saira collapsed to her knees, tears streaming down her face. "I didn't want this for you, Arif," she sobbed. "I never wanted to bring my past into our life." The man laughed coldly. "It's too late for that." Arif's mind was racing and his heart was pounding. Who was this man? And what kind of past did Saira have? Suddenly, a flood of memories hit him, her reluctance to talk about her past, the strange marks on her arms, the way she always looked over her shoulder when walking through the village. He realized that Saira's beauty might have been a mask hiding a darker truth. The man's next words were chilling. "You don't know who she was, do you?" Saira was once a powerful woman, a leader in a criminal organization. She fled her past to start a new life, but they've found her, and now they're coming for both of you. Arif felt a cold wave wash over him. The woman he had loved and trusted was not who he thought she was. His heart shattered as he realized the extent of the danger they were in. The life he had built was crumbling before his eyes, but there was still hope. He wouldn't give up on Saira. In the days that followed, Arif and Saira made a desperate plan to escape. The danger was real, and their time was running out. But despite the overwhelming odds, Arif stood by Saira, determined to protect her no matter the cost. Together, they fled into the unknown, seeking safety from the shadows of her past. The mystery of the man who had appeared in their lives remained unsolved, but Arif knew one thing for sure. No matter how dark the road ahead was, he would walk it with Saira, the woman he had once loved for her beauty, and now for the strength of her courage.